she said, "You're acting like my father, not my boyfriend." When I asked where she'd been all night, I replied, "You're right, a father would care more," and started packing. She realized what I meant when I left my key on the counter. I, 27 male, was sitting on the couch at 3:47 a.m. when my girlfriend Sienna finally walked through the door. We'd been living together in her apartment for about 8 months, dating for 2 years total. She tried to be quiet, shoes in hand, clearly not expecting me to be awake. "Hey," I said, making her jump. "Jesus, Connor, you scared me. Why are you up?" "Couldn't sleep. Where were you?" She turned on the attitude immediately. "Out with friends." "God, why are you waiting up like some kind of stalker?" "Which friends? You said you'd be home by midnight." "Plans changed. We went to another place after." "Another place? Where? I texted you at 1 a.m., no response." That's when she hit me with it, rolled her eyes, tossed her shoes down and said, "You're acting like my father, not my boyfriend." Something in me just shifted, not anger, more like clarity. "You're right," I said, standing up. "A father would care more." Her face scrunched in confusion. What's that supposed to mean? I didn't answer, just walked to the bedroom and pulled out my gym bag from the closet. Started packing essentials, work clothes, toiletries, laptop charger. "Connor, what are you doing?" "Leaving." "Leaving? Because I came home late? Are you seriously that insecure?" I kept packing. "No, because you're right, I'm acting like someone who cares where you are at 4 a.m. That's not my job anymore." She followed me around the bedroom, her tone shifting between mocking and worried. "Oh my God, you're being so dramatic." "Fine, I was at Zara's place. Happy?" "Zara's in Miami this week. Saw her Instagram stories." Silence. "Then I meant, after Zara's, we went to her cousin's place." "Sure." I moved to the bathroom, grabbing my toothbrush, razor, the expensive face wash she'd gotten me for Christmas. She stood in the doorway. "You're seriously going to leave over this? Where would you even go?" "That's not your concern." "Connor, stop. Let's talk about this. You're overreacting." I zipped up the bag, walked past her to the living room, grabbed my phone charger, my PlayStation controller. The console was mine, but too much hassle to pack right now, and my noise-canceling headphones. Then I took my key off my keychain and placed it on the kitchen counter. The sound it made, that small metal clink, seemed to echo. She stared at the key like it was a live grenade. You're actually leaving? That's what it looks like. Over one night out, over the lies, over the disrespect, over you comparing me to your father when I ask a basic question about your whereabouts at 4 a.m. I wasn't lying. I don't need to report every detail. You're right, you don't, and I don't need to stay with someone who thinks accountability is parental behavior. I headed for the door. She grabbed my arm. "Connor, wait, okay, fine. I was at Jerome's party, but nothing happened." Jerome, her ex, the one who still had feelings but she swore was just a friend now, the one whose party she definitely didn't mention earlier. "Cool. Have fun with Jerome." "It's not like that. There were tons of people there." "Sienna, I don't care anymore. You made it clear, asking where you were makes me controlling. So I'm removing myself from the equation." "By abandoning me? By leaving your apartment? Pretty sure that's what you wanted anyway." I pulled my arm free and walked out. She followed me into the hallway, voice rising. "You can't just leave. We have plans. My sister's wedding is next month. What am I supposed to tell everyone?" "Whatever you want. You're good at stories." The elevator came. As the doors closed, the last thing I saw was her standing in the hallway in her party dress, mouth open, still processing that I'd actually left. My phone started buzzing before I even reached my car. Texts, calls, the works. I turned it off and drove to my buddy Martin's place. He answered the door in boxers, took one look at my bag and said, "Couch is yours, bro." That was 6 hours ago. Just turned my phone back on. 47 missed calls, 83 texts. The last one. "You better come back with my key or I'm changing the locks." My key, the one I left on the counter. The mental gymnastics are impressive, but here's the thing. I'm done. Done pretending that wanting basic respect is controlling. Done being compared to her father for caring about her safety. Done with the lies and the gaslighting. She wanted to act single? Congratulations, she is. Update 1. 3 days later. The entitlement has reached levels I didn't think were possible. Sienna went from, "You're controlling," to, "How dare you abandon me," real quick. Day 1. Aftermath. After I turned my phone back on, the messages were wild. 5:20 a.m. This is really immature, Connor. Phew, so you're just going to ignore me? 6. I cannot believe you left your key. That's so disrespectful. Jerome means nothing. You're being ridiculous. 8:45 a.m. My sister wants to know if you're still coming to the wedding. 10:15 a.m. Answer me. I didn't respond to any of them. Went to work, acted normal. My coworker Denise asked if I was okay because I looked tired. Told her I was just adjusting to a new living situation. Kept it vague. That afternoon, Martin's girlfriend Kelsey came home and showed me something interesting. She follows Sienna on Instagram and noticed she'd posted stories from last night before deleting them around 6 a.m. But Kelsey had already screenshotted them because something felt off. The photos. Sienna at what was clearly a house party. Sienna doing shots with a group, Jerome's arm around her. A mirror selfie in someone's bathroom. Her dress adjusted differently than when she left. The last one. Her and Jerome on a couch, her legs across his lap. Timestamp 2:47 a.m., an hour before she came home to ask where she'd been. Kelsey, Connor, I didn't want to start drama, but no, thank you. This confirms everything. Day 2, she showed up at my workplace during lunch. I was eating at my desk when reception called saying I had a visitor. Walked down to find Sienna in the lobby dressed like she was going to a business meeting. Connor, we need to talk. We really don't. You can't just ghost me. We live together. Lived, past tense, and you have my resignation in the form of that key on your counter. This is about Jerome, isn't it? You're jealous. No, Sienna, this is about respect, trust, basic courtesy, all things you think are controlling. She tried tears next. I made a mistake, okay? I should have told you where I was, but leaving me? That's cruel. What's cruel is lying to my face at 4 a.m. and then calling me your father for caring. I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it? I need freedom, space. You're always wanting to know where I am. I literally asked you once, when you came home at almost 4 a.m. That's not always. Security started looking our way. I wrapped it up. Sienna, I'm at work. Please leave. We're not done talking. We are, though. She stormed out, but not before telling reception that I was emotionally abusive. The receptionist, who's known me for 3 years, just raised an eyebrow after she left. That evening, the texts changed tone. You left your PlayStation here, and your good sneakers, and that watch your mom gave you. If you want them back, you need to come talk to me. In person, like adults. I responded once, keep them. You're going to abandon a $500 console over your ego? Me, yes. And the watch from your mom? No response. I'll throw them away. No response. I'm serious, Connor. No response. Day 3, today, her mom called me. Patricia has always been nice to me, so I answered. Connor, honey, what's going on? Sienna is distraught. Ask her, Patricia. She has all the details. She said you left because she went to a party? Me. She went to her ex-boyfriend's party, lied about it, came home at 4 a.m. and told me I was acting like her father for asking where she'd been. Silence. She was with Jerome? All night, apparently. That's not what she told me. I'm shocked. Connor, I'm sorry. I didn't know. It's fine, Patricia, but I'm not coming back. The wedding, send my regrets to Bella. I'm sure Sienna can find another +1. Maybe Jerome's free. The sigh Patricia let out said everything. As of right now, still crashing at Martin's, but viewing apartments tomorrow. Sienna has started posting passive-aggressive quotes on Instagram about knowing your worth and cutting toxic people out. Jerome commented heart emojis on one of them. The audacity. She hasn't thrown out my stuff yet. Martin drove by and saw my PlayStation box through the window. She's told mutual friends I abandoned her for having a social life. The best part? Our mutual friend Reese reached out and said, bro, she's telling everyone you're controlling, but didn't she check your location like 20 times during Brad's birthday last month? Yes, she did. But apparently that was different because she just worried about me. The projection is real. Tomorrow I'm signing a lease for a studio downtown. Small, but mine. No more wondering where my girlfriend is at 4 a.m. No more being called controlling for basic questions. No more lies about whose party she's attending. She wanted me to stop acting like her father? Wish granted. Fathers don't walk away. Boyfriends who've been disrespected do. Will update when I get my stuff back. Something tells me that's going to be a production. Update 2. 1 week later. The desperate escalation has been something to witness. When holding my stuff hostage didn't work, Sienna tried every manipulation tactic in the book. Got approved for the studio downtown. Nothing fancy, but it's clean, has good light, and most importantly, it's mine. Signed the lease and got the keys. Martin helped me grab some basics from Target to get started. While I was posting a simple photo of my new keys on Instagram, no caption, just the emoji, Sienna was apparently melting down. Her best friend Tasha called me that night. We'd always been cool, so I answered. Connor, what the hell? Sienna is crying her eyes out. Okay, you got a new apartment? You're really not coming back? Why would I come back to someone who lies and calls me controlling? She made one mistake. Going to Jerome's party wasn't the mistake. Lying about it was. Calling me her father for asking about it was. The mistake was showing me who she really is. So you're just going to throw away 2 years? She threw it away when she decided accountability was optional. Then Tasha revealed something interesting. Look, I told her not to go to that party, but Jerome kept texting her and she said she just wanted to catch up with everyone. Jerome was texting her? Before the party? For like a few weeks. But it was innocent. I'm sure it was. That's why she lied about it. Tasha got quiet, then, you really left your PlayStation there? Small price to pay for peace. 3 days ago, I decided to try to get my belongings. Texted Sienna. I'd like to pick up my things. Can we arrange a time when you're not there? Absolutely not. If you want your things from my apartment, we talk first. Then I guess you can keep them. Are you serious right now? That PlayStation is yours. And your mom's watch. You're really going to abandon family heirlooms because you're petty? It's just stuff. Your mom gave you that watch. And you gave me clarity about our relationship, much more valuable. She started posting stories with my stuff visible in the background, my PlayStation on the entertainment center, my sneakers by the door. Even a close-up of my mom's watch with the caption, "Some things deserve better than abandonment." My mom saw that one, called me immediately. Mom, Connor, why does Sienna have your grandfather's watch? It was my grandfather's, passed to me through Mom. Sienna knew this. Because she won't let me retrieve it without talking first. That little, give me her number. Mom. No. It's fine. It is not fine. That watch is family property. I'll handle it. But Mom didn't wait. According to Sienna's frantic texts, an hour later my mother called her and read her the riot act. Told her she had 24 hours to return the watch, or she'd involve lawyers. Sienna to me, your mom just threatened me. Sounds like a you problem. This is harassment. This is consequences. Plot twist, Jerome's girlfriend reached out to me. Yeah, turns out Jerome had a whole girlfriend this entire time. Jay, you're Sienna's ex, right? Can we talk? We met for coffee. Jade showed me texts between Jerome and Sienna going back 2 months, flirty stuff. Meeting up for friendly lunches. Him complaining about Jade, Sienna complaining about me. One text from Sienna to Jerome. Connor's so boring lately, always wanting to stay in and watch movies. I need more excitement. From Jerome, I could show you excitement. From Sienna, behave yourself, lol. I dumped him yesterday, thought you should know what was really going on. I appreciate this, sorry you're dealing with it too. Men ain't shit, no offense. None taken. Apparently neither are some women. My mom's threat worked. Sienna texted saying I could pick up the watch only. Not my other stuff. Just the watch. And I had to come when she was there. Brought Martin as backup. Sienna answered the door in full makeup, dressed like she was going to a photo shoot. Connor, you look tired. Just here for the watch, Sienna. She made a big production of getting it, walked slowly, sighed dramatically, finally handed it over. I can't believe you involved your mother. I can't believe you held it hostage. I just wanted to talk. Is that so wrong? Yes, when talking means trying to manipulate me back into a relationship I've clearly left. She turned on the tears. How can you be so cold? Did I mean nothing to you? Martin stepped forward. Yo, can we speed this up? Sienna glared at him, then at me. Fine, take your precious watch. But your other stuff? That's mine now, abandoned property. Okay, you're not even gonna fight for it. No. The rage that flashed across her face when she realized I really didn't care about the stuff was chef's kiss. As I type this from my new studio, Sienna is posting inspirational quotes about rising above negativity. Jerome is trying to win Jade back. Good luck with that. My mom offered to buy me a new PlayStation for Christmas. Patricia, Sienna's mom, texted me apologizing for her daughter's behavior. Tasha finally admitted Sienna had been emotionally sketchy with Jerome for months. But the best development? Sienna's apartment complex sent out a notice about lease renewals. Her rent is going up by $200 a month. She texted me yesterday, "Can we please talk? I need help with some financial planning." The audacity. The sheer unfiltered audacity. My response? None. Blocked her number finally. She wanted to act single while having the safety net of a relationship. She compared me to her father for expecting basic respect. She held my belongings hostage to force a conversation. Now she's actually single with no safety net and a rent increase she can't afford. You know what? Maybe I was acting like her father, because I was taking care of someone who refused to act like an adult. Difference is, fathers can't walk away from their kids. Boyfriends can walk away from disrespectful partners, and I did. Final update. 1 month later. Sometimes the universe just delivers justice in ways you couldn't even imagine. This final chapter is proof that karma has a sense of humor. Remember Sienna's sister Bella's wedding I was supposed to attend? Well, that happened 2 weeks ago, and boy did I get the tea. My former coworker Luis was there. He's friends with Bella's fiancé, and he gave me the full rundown. Sienna showed up with Jerome as her +1 at her sister's wedding. The same Jerome who, reminder, was supposedly just a friend and meant nothing. But here's where it gets good. Jade, Jerome's ex, she's Bella's yoga instructor and was invited. Nobody told Sienna she'd be there. According to Luis, when Jade walked in, Sienna went pale. Jerome tried to play it cool, but Jade walked right up to them during cocktail hour and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Wow, Jerome, you move fast? Wasn't it just last month you were begging me to take you back?" Then she turned to Sienna. "Good luck, girl. Check his phone if you want to see how many yoga instructors he's texting." Mick dropped. Sienna spent the rest of the wedding trying to do damage control while Jerome was outside taking mysterious phone calls. Bella was furious that her sister brought drama to her wedding. Remember that $200 rent increase? Well, Sienna tried to negotiate with the landlord. Posted on her Instagram story asking if anyone knew tenant lawyers because her rent increase was predatory and probably illegal. Patricia reached out to me last week. "Connor, I'm sorry to bother you, but did Sienna ever actually read her lease?" Me, "I don't think so." "Why?" Patricia, "The rent increase is standard. It was in the lease terms. She's talking about suing the building." Good luck with that. She can't afford the increase. She's been asking everyone for money, including apparently Jerome, who told her he was between jobs and couldn't help. 3 weeks ago, I get a text from an unknown number. It's Sienna's neighbor. "Hey, is this Connor? Your ex put a bunch of electronics and shoes in the hallway with a free sign. Thought you should know in case you want any of it back." She actually put my PlayStation and sneakers in the hallway. The same items she called abandoned property that were hers now. I didn't go get them, but Martin did. Grabbed the PlayStation and my favorite Air Jordans, left the rest. He said Sienna was watching from her doorway the whole time, CBF level 100. Last week, Tasha, who I'm still cool with despite everything, told me the full situation. Sienna couldn't afford the rent increase. Jerome wasn't helping. Shocker. Her parents refused to co-sign or help after the wedding drama. She had to find a roommate fast. Guess who answered her roommate ad? A 22-year-old party girl named Brittany, who according to Tasha, makes Sienna look like a homebody. Brittany moved in last week, already throwing parties, already bringing random dudes over, already late on her half of utilities. Sienna's getting a taste of her own medicine. The best part? Jerome fully ghosted her after the wedding. Jade had posted their old texts on her Instagram, showing him trying to get back with her while he was with Sienna. One text from 3 days after I left. "Baby, please, Sienna means nothing. She's just lonely and I felt bad." Another, "You're the only one I want. She's just convenient. Sienna saw these, posted a long rant about narcissistic men and emotional manipulation. The lack of self-awareness is stunning. As I write this from my peaceful studio, I'm dating casually, nothing serious, just enjoying my drama-free life. My mom did buy me a new PlayStation for early Christmas. Got a promotion at work, turns out I'm more productive when not stressed about relationship BS. Started hitting the gym with Martin, feeling better than I have in years. Meanwhile, Sienna, living with a nightmare roommate. Single after Jerome showed his true colors. Struggling financially, burned bridges with her family over the wedding drama. Still posting quotes about knowing your worth and cutting out toxic people. Yesterday I ran into Patricia at the grocery store. She looked tired. Patricia, Connor, how are you? Me good, Patricia. You? I'm okay. Sienna's going through a rough patch. Sorry to hear that. She misses you, you know. She's realized what she lost. That's unfortunate. You're really done? No chance of reconciliation? Patricia, she compared me to her father for asking where she was at 4 a.m. She lied about being with her ex. She held my belongings hostage. She chose this. Patricia nodded sadly. I know. I hoped. She made her choices. Now she's living with them. This morning, from another unknown number, probably Brittany's phone. Connor, it's Sienna. I know you blocked me, but I need you to know I'm sorry. Jerome was a mistake. Everything was a mistake. I should have appreciated what we had. You weren't acting like my father. You were acting like someone who cared. I see that now. Is there any chance we could talk? Just as friends? I really need someone stable in my life right now. Stable. Now I'm stable. Now she needs someone who cares. I didn't respond. Showed it to Martin though. His response? Bro, she's not sorry she did it. She's sorry it didn't work out with Jerome. Exactly. Lessons learned. 1. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. 2. Don't accept disrespect disguised as independence. 3. Lies about small things are warnings about bigger lies. 4. Sometimes the best revenge is just walking away. 5. Peace of mind is worth more than any PlayStation key. She said I was acting like her father when all I did was care about her safety and expect basic honesty. She was right in a way. I was acting like a parent because she was acting like a child. But here's the thing about adults. We can choose who we invest our care in. And I choose to invest in people who don't think accountability is control. My studio's small, but it's honest. My life's simpler, but it's peaceful. And my girlfriend's non-existent, but at least she's not lying about where she is at 4 a.m. Sienna wanted freedom, she got it. Freedom from my care, my concern, my stability, my presence. Hope it was worth it. Oh, and Sienna? If you're reading this from Brittany's phone while she's throwing another rager, you were right. A father would care more. That's why fathers can't leave. But boyfriends who've been disrespected, we can leave. And I did. Enjoy your freedom. I'm enjoying mine.